Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. We've got some exciting plans to share today. I'm Julia Tedesco. I'm President and CEO of Foodlink. I'm joined by my colleagues, our Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer, Tara Keller, our Chief Impact Officer, Mitch Gruber, and our Chief People and Culture Officer, Tashonda Thomas. And we have some special guests speaking as well. So I appreciate everyone being here. At Foodlink press conferences, we often are highlighting the launch of a new program. We're always looking forward, always trying new initiatives to meet our mission, usually announcing exciting new partnerships, or sometimes speaking about the rise in need for food assistance. In a way, we're here today to talk about all of those things by focusing on the engine that drives it all, which is our incredible infrastructure. Foodlink's infrastructure is our mission. There is simply no progress or impact possible without the facility you're in today. I sometimes hear from funders that they don't fund capital, only programs or operations or people. But the truth is, without our warehouse and our racking, our freezers, coolers, ovens, vehicles, and so on, all of our core infrastructure, there would be no programs, no emergency food, no meals for thousands of people across our region. Our 130 employees, our hundreds of community partners, and thousands of volunteers would not be able to do their work or fulfill our commitment to the community without all of this. Our community kitchen helps to illustrate this point. Right through that door over there, we made an investment of $5 million in a new state-of-the-art kitchen just 8 years ago. Since that time, our kitchen has prepared and delivered more than 11 million meals to children in the city of Rochester, a value of more than $45 million in food and nutrition to school and after-school sites, daycares, community centers, camps, etc., to our most vulnerable citizens, all to make our community a healthier place for all. Without Foodlink's critical infrastructure, this wouldn't have been possible. Which is why we are here today to publicly announce a $15 million multi-year infrastructure and capacity building project underway at Foodlink headquarters here on Mount Read Boulevard and at the Foodlink Community Farm on Lexington Avenue. These investments began last year and will continue over the next 2 to 3 years. Before I summarize the highlights of this exciting venture, on behalf of everyone at Foodlink, I want to recognize those in attendance who have played a significant role. Milestone Construction Partners, our general contractor here at Mount Read Boulevard. Hamilton Stern Construction, our general contractor at the farm. Erdman Anthony and SWBR Architecture, lead design firms at Mount Read Boulevard and the farm, respectively. And I want to thank all of our other partners, not all inclusive here, but Labella Associates, Barclay Damon, Tri-State, J.M. Davidson, Art PK Landscape, Chuck Walcott Contracting, LCI Industrial, Surface Design Solutions, and a host of other subcontractors that we're fortunate to work with on this project. I also want to recognize my colleagues who have worked diligently for years now to shape and guide the direction of these critical projects, especially Carl Simon and Austin Lanseri. And I also want to give a shout out. We have 30 dedicated board members here at Foodlink. We have 2 present here today, Robert Williams representing our Foodlink Inc. board, and Jim Grossman representing the Foodlink Foundation. Some special gratitude to Jim, who has been involved with Foodlink since before I was born, just kidding, just 25 years maybe, helped us purchase this building, which has really paved the way for all of these improvements. So thank you to you, Jim. The projects that our COO, Tara, will outline in just a few minutes are a direct response to the growing number of households experiencing food insecurity in our region and the significant wear and tear on our facility and infrastructure that we experienced in the years since the onset of the COVID pandemic, when Foodlink was called upon to be first responders. As we have said many times this past year, visits to our network of food pantries and meal programs have risen dramatically. Our neighbors sought food assistance 36% more times in 2024 than they did in 2023, the second highest year in our history after 2021 in the midst of the pandemic. All told, there are a record 1.8 million visits to local food pantries and meal programs last year. We don't anticipate the need decreasing anytime soon, and in fact have deep concerns that potential policy decisions by the current administration will worsen food insecurity in our country and in our community. To address this sustained uptick in need, in the past 3 years, Foodlink has increased dollars spent on purchased food by an incredible 260%. That's more than $10 million of food we're now purchasing annually. Buying more food, however, will not solve the problem. Our job is to safely procure, handle, store, and redistribute nearly 30 million pounds of food each year. The improvements to our facility in the years ahead will help us continue to maintain efficient, effective operations, ensure safety and our ability to respond to the community, enhance our level of service, and uphold our mission and commitment to the Rochester region. I'd now like to hand things off to Tara, who is going to tell you a little more specifics about the projects that are underway.
Thank you, Julia. Now that we've outlined the why, let's get into the details of these capital investments. While we are here today to announce this monumental project, the first phase included the addition of a $2 million roof, new windows, and additional security measures soon after we purchased the facility in 2022. All of this helps to ensure the safety of our two biggest priorities at Foodlink, food and people. In just a few short months, the room adjacent to us, pictured on this side of the wall, will be a new energy-efficient commercial cooler. This space can safely store nearly 300 pallets of food and will include staging areas, refrigerated dock space, all of which results in 69% increase in our cold storage abilities. As the food bank continues to emphasize the distribution of fresh food, this is a critical investment that won't only improve services to our neighbors, but better serve our internal programs such as the curbside market. Speaking of which, over here, behind this step and repeat, Foodlink's innovative mobile market will move later this year into a newly renovated area of the building, which will be 4 times bigger than its current space. There will be dedicated docks for loading of their vehicles, offices for staff, new warehouse storage, and packing lines. This will improve staff safety, ergonomics, as well as operational efficiencies and program growth potential, allowing us to expand and diversify our delivery model in the future. The Foodlink Community Kitchen, through the blue door over there, I feel like a flight attendant, will be increasing its ovens, blast chillers, docks, and dry storage, which will allow us to increase our meal production capacity. By summer, we expect to have over 100 sites within Monroe County to produce over 12,500 meals daily for children and seniors locally. Less glamorous, but critically important are the accessibility and safety measures here, which will include a newly paved parking lot and loop road around our building, which is critical for our trucks to not need so much maintenance and repair, additional exterior lighting, as well as a new passenger elevator. After these projects are complete, we will embark on our final phase that will have additional space for career empowerment programs, as well as an all-staff and community gathering space. Finally, as we move outside of these 4 walls, we cannot forget the Foodlink Community Farm. This green space in the heart of the Northwest serves dual purposes, both as a vibrant community garden for 70 new American families in the area, and increasingly as a commercial growing space that supports the Foodlink Cafe and the curbside market. Earlier this year, we purchased additional parcels from the City of Rochester and plan to increase our community garden capacity to 120 plots, which will allow us to welcome an additional 50 families to participate in our community farming activities. The commercial growing will take place year-round in our new greenhouse. Just this November, we began construction on the new Edible Education Center to host field trips, to teach students about growing and cooking fresh fruits and vegetables, and host community events and gatherings for the neighborhood. The expansion and design of the Foodlink Farm, the largest urban growing space in the city, is a direct response to community input. As mentioned, all of these changes come at a time when the public needs us now more than ever to step up in a variety of ways. Foodlink is many things to many people. We're the region's only food bank. We're the convener of a region-wide emergency food system. We are a critical food service provider of healthy meals for thousands of local kids. We are a disaster response organization prepared to support and feed folks in times of crisis. We are a public health organization committed to improving access to healthy food in innovative ways. We host one of the area's most intensive culinary training programs, and we own and operate the largest urban farm in our city. These Infrastructure projects will allow us to continue to be those things and so much more. Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks, Tara. I think it goes without saying that projects like this require a significant investment from our community. So I want to thank many of our local elected officials who understand the importance of our work and the need to make critical improvements in our infrastructure. Congressman Joe Morelle helped us to get this project started by securing federal support for our cooler through community funding project years ago. Joe helped us with that. Our New York State delegation of legislators have been supportive of this project as well. Most notably, Senator Jeremy Cooney and Assemblymember Sarah Clark have each earmarked capital improvement dollars for the project. We're also a beneficiary of the New Market Tax Credit, which offsets more than $1.3 million in costs for the project and serves as a true gap filler in funding from New York State. And we were truly honored this past fall to be a beneficiary of Tom Golisano's generous gifts to our region. Foodlink was awarded $1 million per year over 5 years, and this year we are allocating $950,000 of these funds to support these projects. Finally, we are grateful for the support from several local foundations and individuals who have made gifts early on. I won't be mentioning all of them by name, but we look forward to celebrating them and their impact down the line at our ribbon cutting. We have made real progress, as you'll see today. We're going to do some tours, but we also have a long way to go and are actively fundraising for these projects. We have a little over $5 million to raise, and we have a lot of pending asks out there currently. We are inviting the public to help invest in this work by visiting our website, foodlinkny.org/nourishingtomorrow, to learn more or to make a donation. Prospective supporters can also give us a call and set up a time to come see our work firsthand and to take a tour. Like I said, we will have time for a tour, we'll have time for questions, but first I'd like to welcome a few people up to make some remarks. First, we'll have Assemblymember Sarah Clark, who again has helped to earmark dollars for this, to say a few words, and she's a great friend to Foodlink. We also have a representative from Senator Cooney's office, also representative of Monroe County Legislator, to make a few remarks. And finally, we have Andrea Converi from our partners at Milestone Construction. So, Assemblywoman.
Thank you, Julia, and to your entire Foodlink team here and there and everywhere. Our community owes you a debt of gratitude every day for what you do here to ensure people are not going hungry, and people are also doing other things like getting workforce training and things that help them individually move on in their lives to be successful and thrive. So my district covers both the urban farm and here at headquarters. I actually think, I'm not sure about the farm anymore, but it might be just on the opposite side of the street. But you know, it was the first place I took the Speaker of the Assembly, Carl Hastie, when he came to Rochester, asked me where he could go in my district, and we took him to the urban farm, and he was just blown away by it, not only as a place to thrive as a farm in the middle of an urban area, but to be such an integral part of community that reflects the community it's in, which I don't think we stress enough as to how Foodlink operates, even when it comes to capital projects, isn't to just come in and just do it how they think or how might work best on some national model, but to really engage community partners and neighborhood partners to say, what do you want to see here? And we, at that time, talked about how they were trying to buy the building in front and had these visions, and we have come a long way. That building has been bought, it has been raised, a new design has been put out. It is gorgeous. The work on the farm has already started, and you can already start to feel how much more of an impact this place is going to have in a neighborhood that has historically and for decades been underinvested in. So it sort of also adds this element of like, you neighborhood, you Edgerton neighborhood, you in the Northwest deserve to have this beautiful place that's really going to reflect what you want and need. So I'm so excited for that and was happy to find capital dollars and make sure we earmarked an investment there to make sure that vision came to reality. Here at the headquarters, I mean, one thing I want to say, I think Julia mentioned it perfectly, is that they are first responders. It doesn't matter the emergency. Doesn't matter whether it's COVID, whether all of a sudden there's just a huge inflation for various reasons, or a drop in employment and people are losing their jobs rapidly, a housing market that collapses in 08 and 09, whatever it is, when people call Foodlink, they expect them to deliver, and every single time Foodlink does. But nobody thinks about how they do it. Everything from the fact that I'm old enough to remember when you donated to food banks or places that needed and fed people, it was all shelf stable. That was it. That was all you could give. Cans, boxes, things that could last a long time. But we all learned that wasn't nutritious, and it wasn't really moving the edge on the things we know about hunger and how to really give people what they need to be better in their lives, to thrive, to grow, to do the things. And so the investment in commercial cooling, in trucks that can deliver cold storage food products, these things require a hefty investment, something we need to look at if we're going to call Foodlink and ask them to deliver. We at the state level know that this is the heart of feeding in our, how many county region? 10 county region, and that if we don't continue to invest in what they need to deliver every day when that phone call happens, they're not going to be able to. And it matters just as much as the programs do. It matters just as much as what you see in the kitchen, or the food that comes out of there, or the workforce programs, or the programs to teach people how to cook. How we deliver and the ability to deliver does take an investment. It is something critically important to our region that we look at, that we do, and that we on the public level, the private level, and the community level do our part to ensure that Foodlink can move to the next century, the next decade, and whatever the challenge is, be ready to face it. So I'm privileged to have been part of getting money here, being part of a delegation that cares very much about what you do here, and so just full of gratitude for what you do every day. So thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Rose Bonick, representative of Senator Cooney's office.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rose Bonick. I am here representing Senator Jeremy Cooney, who is a big supporter of Foodlink, because in our office we know the importance of making sure that healthy options are available to the communities that we serve. I am the person who goes out into the community on behalf of the Senator's office. And so I am among vulnerable population most of the time when I'm out there. And to see that they have these options available to them, especially with the curbside market. That is a program, when I first heard about it from Mitch, he was doing a pitch and talking about bringing healthy options via a food truck into communities. And I said, that is a very innovative way of thinking. And now you cannot go across this community without seeing these curbside market trucks pop up. They're everywhere. If we're having an event and we call in Foodlink to say, we're having this event in these communities that are food deserts, please come out. You will see the Foodlink trucks there. So we're happy to support that. The Senator is not able to be here today, but on behalf of him, we want to thank Foodlink for the work that they continue to do in this community, and they will continue to have his support doing this work. Thank you very much.
And finally, Andrea Converi, who leads Milestone Construction, who are our partners here at Mount Read Boulevard. Andrea.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to stand here today as we celebrate the renovations at Foodlink's headquarters. This is more than just a construction project, as you can tell from all the remarks. It's about creating a space that amplifies the incredible work Foodlink does to fight hunger and build healthier communities. As a commercial general contractor, we don't just build structures, we are helping lay the foundation for positive change. And in partnering with Foodlink, we are contributing to a mission that touches lives across Rochester and beyond. It's inspiring to think that the work we do here today will help amplify that mission and make it possible to serve even more individuals and families across this country, this county, and well, 10 counties. I can tell you from our perspective, these renovations were designed with a purpose. From updating the distribution spaces to enhancing facilities for programs and services, every detail of this project has been carefully planned to help Foodlink operate more efficiently and effectively. It isn't about just improving a building, it's about creating a space, a hub for optimism, and a place that will change lives every day. This project embodies Foodlink's core values: compassion, innovation, collaboration, agility, and stewardship. Foodlink is thinking innovatively and compassionately about their project to meet their future needs and the needs of their brothers and sisters in the community. They're working collaboratively with their partners, supporters, and stakeholders while being great stewards of both food and monetary donations. They are demonstrating agility in response to this ever-changing needs of the community with the implementation of this project. It's not every day as a commercial general contractor you get to partake in a project that is so important. So thank you to Foodlink for trusting us with this important project, and thank you to everyone who supports their mission. Together, we are building something that will not only stand the test of time, but will also leave a lasting legacy of care and hope. Thank you for being here to celebrate this milestone. And I was about to say, let's get back to work, but it clearly didn't stop. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you again for everyone for coming today. We are going to do a photo. Mark is gonna lead us here. I think we're gonna do a photo real quick. It's our quasi-official groundbreaking, because clearly we've been busy. So we're going to do a photo, lead some tours, and we're happy to answer some questions as well. So thank you all.